Hi, kindergarten. Good morning. We have been talking about Samuel, and it's been a few days since we've been together. But Samuel, uh, we learned that Hannah really wanted a baby boy, and she prayed and she prayed, and God listened, and He answered her prayer and gave him a baby boy named Samuel. And so we've been learning this memory verse, and so I wanted to start out this morning with a little video from Mrs. Malstadt about Samuel. So go ahead and watch this and see if you can say your memory verse with her. We're also going to do it next week, but then by the end of next week, we want to make sure that you can say it on your own. And if the hand motions help, go ahead and do the hand motions too.
Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. James 1:19b.
James 1:19b. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. It's easier said than done because we hear something and it's easy to get hot-tempered and we want to just speak immediately. It's hard to listen sometimes. Even my son Merritt said, "Mama, I no want to listen." It's because it's hard. We want to do what we want to do. We have natural instincts, I guess, which is really our sinful nature, that we want to have the last word. Well, we are in 1 Samuel chapter 2 today. And Samuel, do you remember that Hannah made a promise to God? And so to keep her promise, she had to give her son Samuel to the priest Eli at the temple. And the priest Eli raised Samuel. So he grew up in what was called the house of the Lord. And Eli loved God. But there was a problem. Eli had two sons, and they were evil. The Bible says that they did horrible things that were wrong in the eyes of the Lord. Well, one night, Samuel was sleeping, and someone called his name. Now, I need your help. Every time I say, "Samuel, Samuel," you at home need to say, "Here I am." Might feel a little funny because you're talking to the computer, but I need your help. You need to participate with me. So let's practice. Samuel, Samuel, here I am. Good. So Samuel suddenly heard a voice saying just that. Samuel, Samuel. Exactly. Here I am. That's what Samuel said. And he kept going to Eli the priest because he thought Eli was calling him. So he got out of his bed, he went to Eli and he said, "Eli, here I am, you called me." But Eli looked at him like, "What are you talking about? I didn't call you, go back to bed." So Samuel went back to bed. But it happened again. And for a second time, Samuel heard a voice calling his name. "Samuel, Samuel." Did you say your part? He got out of bed, he went back to Eli and he said, "Here I am, you called me." But Eli said, "I didn't call you, go back to bed." So Samuel went back to bed. And then guess what? It happened again. For a third time, Samuel heard this voice saying, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel got back out of bed and went to Eli saying, "Here I am, you called me." Finally, after the third time of Samuel coming to Eli, Eli figured it out. It must be the Lord calling him. And so he told Samuel, "Go back to bed. And the next time you hear that voice, say, 'Here I am, Lord, your servant is listening.'" So Samuel did as he was told. And the next time he heard, "Samuel, Samuel," he said to the Lord, "Speak, your servant is listening." Well, when Samuel did this, God told him that Eli's sons were going to be punished because they were so evil. And Eli would also be punished because he didn't honor the Lord and discipline his sons. Oh, golly. Well, Samuel stayed awake all night because he didn't want to tell Eli what God had told him. Do you think this was good news or bad news? It was bad news, and no one likes to deliver bad news. So we're going to pause right there and continue in the next video. Stay tuned.